Yeah, it was a very long day. It was, I think, everybody in our group lost our concentration a little bit, just with how slow it was. But it was obviously a lot of fun. Just crazy cool to be out in the course with Tiger again and Charlie and my dad. So I'm definitely calling it a success that both my dad and Tiger made it 18 holes. So that's good.
How is Mike?
He's fine. I mean, I'll never know how he is because he says fine to everything. But I think how he looked speaks for itself. But I mean, his back's just hurting him, and just every day's different. So hopefully tomorrow will be good or better.
You were adamant early that Tiger wasn't going to outdrive you at all today. What did you think?
I wasn't adamant. I just was hoping that he wouldn't. No, he hit it past me on 11. I mean, I hit it pretty good, and as soon as his ball took that big bounce, we looked at each other, and I was like, "Oh, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be this one," because that thing just launched, and yeah, that was a shot to the ego.
Was any words exchanged when you got down to your balls?
I don't really think he needed to. I think it just he really didn't need to say anything. I was just so embarrassed that he hit it past me that was enough.
He talks about how in game shape you are with your game. When you look at him, and I know it's really early, but what are the things you see, and how far away are we?
Well, I think there's a big difference of being, I mean, in terms of hitting shots and all that stuff, he's not that far away. But in terms of being able to compete and walk 72 holes multiple weeks in a row, yeah, that's a different story. And he's the only one that can answer that. But, man, I was so impressed by the speed that he had, the shots that he was hitting. I think, at least from my perspective, it looked like a lot of the moves and everything were there. It just was, if anything, a little bit short, which is probably, I mean, you would naturally think he's not going to hit it as far. But man, that 4-iron he hit into 3 today, that was just ridiculous. I looked at him, and as soon as he sat in the cart, he just kind of looked at me and smiled, and I knew exactly, that's the kind of shots that he hits when he's healthy. Dope. See ya.
When Tiger talks about endurance, what does that mean to you? Walking, practicing, what kind of sense do you have of that word?
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't necessarily talked to me